Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mai, a Colombo Australian woman living in Melbourne, passionate about all things bookish. Right now is the last day of 2020. It's 31st of December and it's around 5:30, and when I made the last video I thought I wasn't buying any more books for the year, like that was finite. Well, I was wrong. Oh, okay, so I didn't buy one or two. I have like 20 new books, and the fault is not mine. The fault is my friend Eva. She had the amazing idea of go and just visit random bookstores here in Melbourne, and I'm gonna have a video about it, so keep tuned. Went to like 7 or 8 different bookshops here in Melbourne, and you cannot go to a bookshop and don't buy a book. The problem is that I didn't restrain myself to just buy one. We actually ended up buying like 2 or 3 per store, so my bad. But I really wanted to support their business because it's been a really tough year for them. Not for Amazon, but for them. Although one of my goals for 2021 is to stop buying books, it's still not 2021. We are still in 2020, the promise starts tomorrow, to be honest, or today at midnight. Let's start with Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. I have heard so many good things about this book. It's about a young woman who wants to be a singer, and this massive R&B artist tries to help her, but in the wrong way. It's loosely based on what happened with R. Kelly. I'm very curious to understand a little bit more about all those issues within the music industry. One of my favorite booktubers is Hayley in Bookland. I think that's her username. And this was her favorite book of 2020, Lovely War by Julie Berry. I actually don't know much about it. I just know that that was her favorite of the entire year. Then we have Want to Watch by Kate Stayman London. I didn't get to read in 2020 releases book a video. This is one of them and I'm really excited about it, but another of my favorite booktubers, she found this very disappointed. So, I have high expectations for this one. Hopefully it doesn't disappoint me. I don't read poetry unless it's Elizabeth Acevedo. And my friend, the one who took me in this bookstore tour in Melbourne, she was looking for poetry and she wants to read poetry, so I ended up buying a book of poetry. She bought the first book of this author, I bought the second one, and I gifted her for her birthday the third one. So I still have to start this one. Wish me luck. And this is a book that I've been wanting to read for forever, probably like a year, but I couldn't find it here in Australia, so I ended up buying it from the US, Amazon Prime, and it was cheap, but it took like 2 months to arrive. And it's Dancing at the Pity Party, a Dead Mom graphic memoir. And oh my goodness, it is excellent. I already read it. I just wanted to include it here and say that this is a beautiful ode to a mother who unfortunately passed away way too early. When the mom died, she was 19, and this is just a graphic novel about how everything transpired and how hard that time was for her and everything that went through her head at that time. And since then, it's been 10 years since her mama passed away. It's a beautiful book, not only because of the message, but also because of the illustrations. Like, it is just wonderful. Excellent book, and it's by Tyler Feather. Then we also got Before We Were Yours by Lisa Wingate. It has very good review. It's based on a true story. It's all about the adoption scandal in the US decades ago, I think. This Memphis-based adoption organization and how they were selling kids to, like, non-orphan kids to powerful and wealthy families. Then another one of the ones that I wanted to read, blah blah blah, Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. Very excited. This is classified as horror, but I actually don't know how much horror it is. It's based in Mexico or in one of the towns in Mexico, so I'm very very excited about it. As you know, I'm Latin American. I'm very curious and looking forward to reading it. If you watch my best of 2020, you know that I read Stephen King for the first time, and I read the book about JF Kennedy. Well, at the thrift shop yesterday, I found Stephen King, The Institute, which I think is the novel that he released a year ago in 2019. Yeah, 2019, The Institute. I remember I started reading it on my Kindle. I didn't ended up going too far into it, so I'm keen to pick it up again and finish it. Also at the thrift store, I found The Perfect Stranger. I don't know anything about this book. I know Megan Miranda is a very recognized thriller author, and I'm not gonna read the back because for thrillers I normally want to go blind. Then also at the thrift shop I found this, which I think it was brand new. It's Richard Flanagan, The Living Sea of Waking Dreams. He is an award winner. I haven't read anything from him, but I'm keen to see what is this about. Plus, it's not a very long book. It's only 280 pages, so we can do this. Then another one at the thrift shop, I found Neil deGrasse Tyson letters from the astrophysicist, and it seems that it's a companion novel, so I think I have to buy the actual book, which is The Astrophysicist for People in a Hurry. Oops. Then I think I bought this book in a thrift shop just because of the cover, because look at this. Isn't it beautiful? And it's called We Are All Completely Besides Ourselves. I don't know, I don't have any idea what this book is about, but I just love that cover. I mean, oh. And then one that I actually bought during my bookshop tour is You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson, and this is a YA about a teenager that she doesn't have the means to go to a good university, but she really wants to go to a university. And she discovered that if she is crowned with the prom queen, then she will get a scholarship. So she starts working towards becoming the prom queen, but that's not who she is. Like, she's very shy, she doesn't have many friends, but she really wants to go to a good uni, so she's gonna do whatever it takes to win that scholarship. Then a book that has been in my radar for a long time, but I haven't had the chance to read, and is Dominicana by Angie Cruz, and I think it's about Dominican Republican woman living in the US in New York, I think, and it's about her adjustment to the new culture, something like that. Don't know much. It's Latin American, Latinx type of book, and I'm all in on this type of books. Another book that it's been everywhere on BookTube, and actually it won the 2020 Pulitzer Prize in Fiction, is Sneakerboys by Colson Whitehead. I actually don't know much about it, but I'm very keen to read it. Again, it's not very long, it's only 200 pages. Then we have the Netflix sensation, The Queen's Gambit. I started watching the show and I actually stopped after the first episode because I want to read the book first. So then, here we go. I bought it, and now I need to read it. Then The Deep, and I think it was Books of Lala or Gabby Reads who recommended this short novel, and they were really into it. This book, I don't know anything about it, but I know that this author, it's a really good author, and everyone says that his books are really deep and best books of the year and so on. So I found it in one of the bookshops that I visit with my friend, and it's Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. Again, a Nobel Prize winner. Very keen to know what is all this hype about. But now it's part of my TBR. Let's hope that I can read it in 2021. Another book that I bought just because of the cover, and this one was from the thrift shop, so it only cost me like $2. I don't know what it is about. I know it's Jojo Moyes, and I never heard of this. And I really like her The Giver of Stars book, so maybe if this is something like that, this is a historical fiction then maybe I will really like it. Plus the cover, it looks beautiful, and it's called Not Music. Yesterday we went with Ethan to one of the little towns near here in the Yarra Valley in Melbourne, and I always have to stop at a bookshop if there is one, and there was one very cute little bookshop called Verso in Hillsville, Victoria. And I found this book, and I've seen it before, but I don't have it, and I haven't read it. And it's The Diary of a Bookseller by Sean Bythell, and I'm really keen. I think it's a cute book about books. This is another one that I just bought because of the cover. There are only 2 more books to go, so almost there. I also got Dakmata by Blake Crouch. This is meant to be a really good sci-fi book, and it's kind of like sci-fi / thriller. I think I'm gonna read this one very early in the year because I'm craving sci-fi at the moment. And then finally, the final book that I'm gonna show you today in this last book haul of 2020 is Wolf by Wolf by Ryan Groudin, and this is also a recommendation from Hayley in Bookland, and this is like the second best book that she read this year, or maybe last year. She talks about Wolf by Wolf so much that when I saw it at the store, I was like, oh, I remember you. You sound familiar. It takes place in Germany, and it's this competition, and this person is trying to compete in this motorcycle race to have the opportunity to kill Hitler. I think that's kind of a synopsis in 2 phrases. So those were the new books acquired, and I promise I'm not gonna buy any more books after today midnight, okay? I mean, I have to balance the books like our friend from Drinking by My Shelf does. But before I go, and before I finish and get ready to spend the night in bed reading a book, waiting for the new year, I'm just gonna show you something that I'm selling at my Etsy shop. So for those of you who don't know, I have an Etsy shop where I sell a few things, all handmade, sewing, cross stitching, the crochet, so like cards and all that. And with this new product, I'm combining my 2 passions. One is for crafty stuff, plus my passion for reading, and I have decided to bring to market a few designs of book sleeves, very economical, 25 Australian dollars with free shipping within Australia. There are 3 sizes, so the big size is for a normal a big paperback. This big size is perfect for thick books like Stephen King 221163. That fits perfectly. It could be a little bit shorter, but it has the width with an elastic, so it secures your book there. So this is one size. Then we have middle size, which is a smaller size, more for like kids, or a small paperback. And finally, I'm also offering an option for Kindles wrapping. So the good thing about this one is that you can wrap your Kindle on its own, and there is again something that secures it so it doesn't allow it to fall out of the sleeve. But also in this example, even if you have a cover already, which is the case that I have because I bought mine with the Kindle cover already, I just have it as an extra level of security there, and it is perfect. It fits perfectly there. Harry Potter, for the Harry Potter fans out there, I'm a massive fan, so I have already a few of these in all the sizes for my books. And I have this, and I'm gonna keep bringing new designs into the shop. So I will leave the link down in the description box. And if you are keen to get one of these book sleeves to take care of your books when you are on the go, just visit my shop. And again, free delivery within Australia, but also if you pay for the delivery, I will deliver to your country. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy this first days of 2021. Happy New Year, everyone, and I will see you soon. Bye!